Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty huge, crazy news. Number one, we have a brand new, huge lawsuit going on that basically PlayStation won. We finally had some more news on the Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which because I'm a little bit more on the sketchy side, I'll gotta be honest with you guys. We also have the brand new, and this is probably the bigger one out here for this video, the Armored Core trailer, which I am actually extremely excited for, and I feel a little various side news stories. So let's go dive into the news itself. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We also have all the Amazon links if you're going to go pick up all your nice little consoles. And as well, hi, hope you guys are having a good day. Let me give you all thoughts and comments down below. So hi, first and foremost, let's go into some kind of quicker news because I want to go talk a lot about this Armored Core. But very first and foremost, we actually had a really big lawsuit that actually ended up happening over here when it comes to Bungie. Now, as you guys know, Bungie was bought out by PlayStation and Sony. In case I ever put those in the title, pretty much this is kind of true. Where Bungie actually did win a $12 million award now against Destiny 2 cheat sellers, now veteran cheats. Now, we've kind of been seeing a lot of news when it comes to this one, but it's kind of making its way around the Destiny community once again. We're actually are seeing a lot of people, number one, bring up the fact of like Sony and PlayStation are especially more heavy on their IPs and more so like on the cheaters and people kind of really messing with the gaming communities. We've also seen a lot of drama kind of on the reverse side from places like Nintendo, where we did go and see Nintendo itself also have a lot of big lawsuits and suing, but it was more so on like fan-made created stuff rather than like proper like making mods and people cheating in multiplayer games, but it's also coming somewhat justifiable too as well. But all these really big multi-billion-dollar gaming companies are essentially going hardcore. They go and they realize that, well, guys, it's a lot of money to lose if people are always wanting to quit your game, and as well with how much drama Bungie's had recently, it's not going so good for a lot of Destiny. Now, if you guys don't really know and follow all the news, Destiny's basically been going like all over the place. Like a lot of content creators have been upset with Bungie. A lot of folks are saying there's like really bad server stability. Folks are trying to get Destiny 3 in the works. There's like been NDA issues. There's been creator issues. There's been people suing. But at least like at the end of the day, they're trying to make their multiplayer a little bit better, more so on the PvP side. So Bungie, the developer behind the popular video games Destiny 2 and Halo, has now won a $12 million lawsuit against a Romanian cheat seller, Mahi Claudiu Florentin, who sold one of the most popular cheats for Destiny, known as Veteran Cheats. The lawsuit was originally filed in 2021, and we kind of covered up some of these different types of lawsuits as well, requesting $12 million in damages against the cheat seller in 2023. As for the motion for default judgment, according to the court documents, Claudiu Florentin developed and sold cheat software for Destiny 2 that allowed players to cheat in various ways, including aiming more accurately and seeing through walls. They basically said they caused a lot of harm to the game, it undermined the game experience and fair play, and made it difficult for legitimate players to enjoy the game. Basically, like if you always have cheaters in your game, you're obviously not going to be going and being happy because over time, you're going to probably be upset that you're getting wall hacked and all that stuff. I'm sure you guys are going against cheaters in games, or if not, you guys understand the annoyance of it. You don't want to go against cheaters. So basically, it was also filed against Claudiu Florentini, alleges copyright infringement, violations of Digital Millennium Copyright Acts and DMCA, breach of contracts like the TOS that you signed when you played with Bungie, intentional interference with contractual relations, and violations of the Washington Consumer Protection Act of SEPA. So basically with this one, they're actually ordered now to go and pay $12 million over here, which represents the sum of $11 million in statutory damages, 2,000 for each 5,848 downloads. So basically over just only 6,000 downloads, they're now sued and won for $12 million under the DMCA, then another $150,000 in actual damages for copyright infringement, and $200,000 in attorney fees and cost. The court finds the default judgment is properly entered in Bungie's favor. As to all but the SEPA claim, the court finds the damages shall be entered in the amount of $11.7 million for violations of the DMCA, $156,000 for violations of the Copyright Act, and $217,000 for the attorney fees and cost too as well. So basically, I have no idea how this person's ever going to go pay this money. Maybe you just have to pay money for the rest of their life, but oh my good God. Geez, like this is a little bit less bad than the person who's kind of doing like those like basically modded consoles from Nintendo, who has also garnished their wages forever, but this is rough. So despite getting a lawsuit, Veteran Cheats website's still online and is actually fine enough selling cheats for other major titles such as Valorant, Call of Duty, GTA, PUBG, and many more, and they also instantaneously removed Destiny 2 from the website following the lawsuit, which I'm kind of surprised the website's still up and running, because what if they get sued again? Now, maybe the big difference is maybe they're trying to go and sue the company rather than anything else. I'm not really super sure, but it doesn't seem the best either way. So that is rough. Like, it's been revealed that Destiny 2 anti-cheat circumvention efforts have cost Bungie a minimum of $2 million on game security, staffing, and software against veteran cheats and other software developers. So basically, this is like a really good news for Sony, really good news for video games as a whole, because once again, it's not allowing a lot of games to be well sold and also be made like this. And I think that's like a good thing at the end of the day. Well, basically, could protect their IPs and protect their games. I got to give that a pretty good thumbs up regardless. Now, as well, we also had some pretty big news when it comes to Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So far, I'm going to probably be playing this game up on Twitch, I think, tomorrow. So if you guys are bored or you guys want to follow, hang out down below. But for this one, a lot of folks are saying that Star Wars is actually pretty good. Now, we did see a lot of big issues, though, with the PC version. Apparently, there is, and I might give you guys another warning for it. But basically, we have heard a lot of, like, smaller details that the PC version is very not well optimized. There is apparently maybe a patch coming out, though, as of tomorrow. So keep that in mind when the game fully comes out, like a day one patch. So hopefully that'll fix a lot of issues and optimize some things. And if not, hopefully throughout the next few days, we can see a lot more actual performance improvements. We'd have to kind of go and see if I do like it. So basically, Star Wars Jedi Survivor review over here, where a lot of folks are saying, like I said, the game's very, very good. It's a follow-up in the same way of God of War Ragnarok was. It may seem to be retreading familiar ground, but play it for yourself, and it's revealed how much bigger and better it is compared to the predecessor. So a lot of folks are saying this is a huge continuation on the story, new planets to explore, a lot more side content, a lot of good quality of life improvements, and as well, it just seems like one of the best ever games that they're saying so far. We've heard a lot of really good things on it. I saw that as well, too, for the review process. And basically, for this one part of the day one patch, the game was suffering from severe frame rate drops and terrible screen tearing. So they did appreciate the experience so much, though, that it was impossible to look past, was an unacceptable launch state. However, version 1.02 has saved the game itself at the final hour. So it does kind of seem like the game is running better. It is more optimized for all the people who are concerned about that. We'll see more updates the next probably like week or so. And if there's still any more issues, bear in mind, I haven't had access to the game as of yet. It's kind of bouncing through what everyone else is also saying. But a lot of good things. Like they're saying like the game itself all around really good, a 9 out of 10. A lot of other various game companies are also putting it pretty high up there too as well. So we got to give that a good thumbs up. Now for some other little small things too as well, and I want to maybe play this up in the background. Number one, we now have a brand new Armored Core. Now, I'm not really sure how much DMCA or not this is, but it's produced by Bandai. And of course, this is one of those games that's been around for a very, very long time. I'm sure you guys have seen some of this stuff. I'll you guys like play a little bit of it in the background. But developed by From Software, the good old Dark Souls boys. I'm going to probably just talk over the trailer more so in case that, just like I said for DMCA. But number one, the graphics look absolutely insane. We've covered up some of the leaks for this game too, because I myself am very, very excited for it. And it does seem like the August release date is truthful. I want to say it's either the 19th or the 31st. They'll probably have the very, very tail end of the video itself for the pre-orders. So you guys just wait a minute or so, I got it. But basically the trailer itself looks phenomenal. It looks very, very good. Graphically, the game looks good. And I've always been a really big fan of more of like a darker style game myself. And like think like an Elden Ring, Dark Souls type, those types of style games. I love these style of games where it's more gritty, more gruesome. You know, I'm older. I'm not like, 12. So for me, I like the idea of these types of games. So the graphics look sick. These animations are looking very, very dope. And you guys can just kind of see the bigness of the world, the environment, and everything else. Now, some of the gameplay might not be the most fine-tuned, because I know some people might be iffy on it, but I've always loved these types of like Gundam-type style games, etc., etc. Just muting the audio just in case there's any issues with DMCA and such. But when it comes to all this stuff, I love this. Like, the game itself looks phenomenal. I was seeing the water effects on here. You guys are seeing the gunfire effects, the animations, like the models. It's almost kind of giving me a little bit of a Nier Automata vibe too as well, which is probably one of my more favorite games out there. But look at these explosion animations and all this. And typically too, we don't really see too many pure mech type style games out there for video games as a whole. I think recently I've just been seeing a lot of just like person-to-person games. I like futuristic games. I like games like this. I like the idea of my main character not necessarily being a main character. Look at some of these boss fights that look huge and ginormous. Look at all these really cool effects, which I'm trying to go and stream on Twitch. It'll probably be very pixelated because there's so much stuff going on the screen itself for all these in general. But this is really cool. Like, I really like the idea of like all of this. Like, everything about this is a very good impression. I think this is going to be a very cool game experience, and I'm very, very excited for it. I'm happy to see the reception and the trailer going so well. This game also, I think, will be having a little bit more of a showcase in the Summer Games Fest in the upcoming next few weeks. And as well, I think we've also been hearing more rumors on the upcoming PlayStation event too as well. So we may go and talk about that in the near future. But I want to hear your thoughts on all this. Number one, the big lawsuit win for Bungie, as well for the brand new Armored Core trailer that we're still watching up in the background over here. Would love to hear your live thoughts and comments. The boss fights look sick. The animations look dope. The actual fire effects look cool. And the bosses all look bigger than me. And I've never really played a really good Armored Core game in a very, very long time. ever since I've been an adult. But like, this looks sick. Like, look at how cool the environment is. And you can definitely kind of see the Dark Souls type S type style, which I think looks very, very cool. So I want to say August 25th. I said 31st and 19th. I got them both wrong. August 25th. And if you guys want to get on the pre-orders, you guys totally can right there. So thank you guys all so much for watching. We'll have another video up later on throughout tonight, so be on the lookout for that. I appreciate you guys all so much for everything. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. We have the Target links, Amazon links, and everything else in between. And I appreciate you guys all so much for being here.